Hi, my name is Leilani, and in this video I'm going to share with you my curriculum picks for my 5th grader, who's going to be in 6th grade next year. Not yet, but that does mean next year I'm going to have 2 middle schoolers. Boy, middle schoolers, so yeah, that'll be fun. But we're not there yet. We're in 5th grade. I am a former public and private school teacher. I am a homeschool evaluator for the state of Florida, and I currently homeschool my 4 beautiful kids. But we have no time to lose because I want to get right to it. 5th grade. So as many of you know, I am a huge IEW fan, which actually means this year we are doing IEW as grammar and writing. So we did purchase structure and style for him. Here's the beautiful green box, but I should probably show you what's inside. And it's a folder with the curriculum inside, which I haven't yet opened up. Here is the teacher's manual, which I can actually show you the table of contents in this one, but it is typical IEW fashion with the same unit topics: note making, outline, writing from notes, retelling narrative stories, summarizing a reference. The unit titles are the same throughout all the different IEW levels. So we have not yet done this level, which is year 1, level A, which is for the elementary school. He is in 5th grade. So whenever you start your kid in IEW for the first time, you find which are they middle school, elementary school, high school. So that's either going to be A, B, or C, and then you just start with year 1 regardless of their age. A lot of people are asking me that question. It's just really best to do that. Don't try to have a middle schooler do the elementary school. You don't want to do that because the material that they're reading with the elementary school is going to be less mature than the middle school one, but it's the same ideas and the same outline and format. So it's best to get that. And so like I said, my 5th grader is doing year 1A. Now I have been doing IEW with him in the past. So this year we did All Things Fun and Fascinating at the co-op. Before that, we did Bible Heroes as well as Ancient History. I've been doing IEW for over 7 years with all of my kids. And it's one of those things that I'm kind of married to because I like it and it works for us. Now, my older son, who's in 7th grade, is a fabulous writer. It is his passion. He is a thinker. The 5th grader, he doesn't really like to write. Not that he's bad at writing. He's actually kind of good at writing. He doesn't like it. He'd rather take one of his toys and take it apart and rebuild it after he switches up some wires and maybe add some things to it, which he actually does. He took a BB-8 and added a fan to it, so not only does it roll around the floor, it also cools you off during the summer. But that's the kind of stuff he does. He's not a writer. He doesn't like it. He has actually responded very well to IEW, so we are going to continue, obviously. We're also going to be doing Fix-It Grammar. Like I said, I love the fact that IEW can be a full curriculum. So this is the new and improved Fix-It Grammar. If you haven't heard, they improved it. It's an upgrade. And there's a lot of new things in here. Like, for example, if you look at this, it's just so much nicer if you've seen the old one. So as you can see, for this day, this is week 9, day 2, Johnny kindly invited him to join them. They set an 11th plate, cup, and napkin. So obviously you have to correct this. You also have to mark all the different parts of speech. You have to fix those things. They even tell you what they are. And you have to read, I guess there's 1 vocabulary words, invite, and then you do copy work. And so my kids do cursive. I love cursive, 1, because it builds their confidence. They can come up with signatures. They can pretty much read anybody's handwriting. And 2, it just builds the brain better. It crosses over left and right hemisphere. That doesn't happen with typing or print. And with cursive, they can actually write 20 to 30% faster. So for those time tests when they have to write essays, that 20 to 30% extra time can really count. And actually a lot of kids that write cursive, they've been able to score a little higher on the SATs. I don't know if that's the reason why, but they just do. I don't know if it has anything to do with cursive, but hey, just throwing that out there. So here's a chance for my kids to practice their cursive and do all of the things. And literally, it's kind of just all of the things. IEW does a really nice job incorporating all the different elements of language arts, so you don't have to worry about finding a different language arts to kind of supplement with it. You can completely trust IEW as a full language arts curriculum. Now, We have tried their spelling. It's great. But my kids, honestly, are so strong in their spelling work. So this year for Ethan, we are using Soaring with Spelling. It's a very simple, straightforward worksheet. You give them a pretest. They do activities during the week with those words, and then you give them the final. And you're done. It's just super easy. They do have a strong foundation, like I said. And honestly, I got that from All About Spelling because all of my kids started out with All About Spelling. That laid down the foundation, and from then on, we just kind of, that's that. I do feel like my kids build a lot of their vocabulary and a lot of their spelling from the books that they read on their own time and just conversations that we have and Bible studies and such like that. So I don't really have a vocabulary curriculum, but like I said, IAW kind of does it all for me, so I don't have to really worry about that. But let's talk about math. Now, as many of you know, I am also a big fan of teaching textbooks, and we have been using teaching textbooks with him. But because he is Mr., really good at math, he raced through teaching textbooks, like raced through it, to the point where I'm just kind of like, what do I do now? My kid has six months of no math. I mean, I could go to the next level. What I did is decided to get him another curriculum at his level. We did Horizons this year, and he really took to it. So what we're gonna do next year with him is we're gonna have him in Horizons 5, and we're also gonna be doing teaching textbooks. He likes math, and he spends a lot of time. He finds it very relaxing. I actually find math relaxing, so I can completely relate to that. I really like doing teaching textbooks because I don't really have the time to sit down and teach him the basic concepts, and teaching textbooks actually really does that for me. So as he gets the basic concepts and the teachings from teaching textbooks, then he can do the assignments through teaching textbooks and then go to Horizons and do it with a little different kind of flair to it, is the best way to describe it. And of course, Horizons, it has a different flair. So with Horizons, you've got some puzzles, you've got some challenges. It's just different. It's a different way of looking at mathematics, and I like that. He's getting a very multi-sensory, I'm trying to come up with big words to impress you, but you get the point, right? So I'm gonna move on to the next thing, Spanish. I truly believe foreign language should be a core subject. That's just my personal belief, especially since we have been doing Spanish this year with my kids. Look, here's the reality. We live in the state of Florida. So we have a lot of people from the islands that come over that speak Spanish. We have a lot of people from Central America, South America that just come over because Florida has a very tropical climate and it does kind of feel like home. So my sons and my daughter were all learning Spanish from Homeschool Spanish Academy, which I love. So I don't speak Spanish. My husband does not speak Spanish. I can't have Abuela teach my kids every single day and give them Spanish assignments. Honestly, she gets frustrated. It's uno, dos, tres, the rolling of the R. Why can't you just get that? I know none of us can relate to that, ever. So it's nice to have someone from Guatemala teaching my kids, a Spanish-speaking, Latin American-speaking country, teaching my kids Spanish. And I get to know the teacher. The teachers are great, guys. And I get to pick the classes. So if there's a day, like there's a Monday, we usually do them on Mondays. Like, let's say there's a Monday where we can't do it because something came up. Well, I can contact the teacher. I don't even have to contact him. I just go online and pick another date, another time with that same teacher, and we're fine for the week. So it's very, very convenient. I have videos on Homeschool Spanish Academy. So if you're looking, and also high school, they're perfect for high school. Another core subject, in my opinion, is music. So all of my kids do piano. I love music because it does something to the brain chemistry, especially when we're getting into age 10, 11, 12. Music is really important to imprint and build those neurons and just the brain, build the brain so we can use the whole brain, because music does light up the entire brain. So my kids spend about 30 minutes a day working on some kind of music, and my 5th grader, we let them use simply piano. They've got the basics down. They can read the staff, all the notes off the staff. They know the proper placement of their hands. I correct them here and there, but for the most part, they're doing it on their own. Also, my 5th grader is taking drum lessons. A little bit extra something for some critical thinking. We are working through this year, and this is fun. It's got a little, a lot of these little fun puzzles that they can kind of solve, fun stuff for him. And we do this together, or we're going to do, I should say we're going to do this together. We're working on another one right now. But it's just fun. It does say 4th through 9th grade, so we're probably not gonna get through this in a year. That's fine. It's just a little something extra. I did forget to mention this because it's kind of language arts, but we are going to do a poetry unit this year. Now, this is a book that I got from Usborne. I had no idea when I opened up that box that I would see such amazingness from this book, okay? Let me show you. So it's Usborne, Write Your Own Poems, right? And it is really set up as a nice little unit study on poetry. So here's the table of contents. And just like Usborne fashion, as I show you this book, walk you through this book briefly, a lot of colors. So here's one little example, short and sharp haikus. So you're gonna learn all about them, and then you have your own chance to write some here. Oh, I love this too because you've got the spring, summer, autumn, and words that kind of go with each one that you can use with writing your haiku. The great outdoors poem can make you feel a summer breeze on a snowy night. So this one says animal, vegetable, mineral. Try writing a persona poem. So it actually references back to page 40, which is back here. Oh, it teaches you about what a persona is. So this is just a little bit of practice. And this one says you could be a giant squid, a picture frame holder. So they give you some ideas. Do your own homework. Try learning more about the subject of your poem so that you can add in plenty of realistic details. Really excited. We're gonna spend a unit study doing this. We're gonna actually, I think I'm gonna have all my kids do this, at least the boys, but maybe the girl too. I'll help her through it. It's like a hidden Usborne gem. I've never actually, I found by mistake, and I'm excited. For Bible, we are more of a let's just read the Bible kind of family. We don't really have a curriculum that we're following. Sometimes we'll pull in some commentaries and do some other research with some other books, but this is, like I said, more of a family thing. And so what we recently did is I read through the Bible in a month. That was a lot of work, guys, a lot of work. But my kids probably listened to about 45% of it because a lot of it was done in the car via audiobook. And we narrowed it down to 4 books that we were really interested in, and that was Judges, Ezekiel, Jeremiah, and Luke. So we are working our way through those books and talking about it, discussing it, and praying and all that fun stuff. So that's our Bible. We are also going to be doing the Middle Ages. I love this. I'm familiar with it, so I use it, and I love it because it is very Charlotte Mason-esque, and it goes deep. It can go as deep as you want it to go, or it could go as shallow as you want it to go. So here's how it works. You have the topic. For example, this is Henry II and Archbishop Thomas A. Becket. That's the subject. They do have a binder that you can put together. They have essays throughout for those older kids that they can write. They could do a 5-paragraph essay. They could do a 6-8 sentence essay. But the point is, you have your topic, you have a short synopsis that she gives you, and some books that she recommends. For example, An Island Story, which is a great book. It's also on Scribd. She will say that it's for grades 3 and 8. A Story of Middle Ages, which is also a really good book too. Grades 4 through 8. You don't have to get both of them. You could get one or the other. And so here's another example. You can see this one is only for 1st through 4th grade. And then this one right here is 4th through 12th grade. They also have a section in here for fiction. So if you want to get some books on that topic in fiction, it's great. They also have timelines, they have flashcards. It's got a ton of resources that you can use, but it is very flexible. We also go onto YouTube and we watch some of those videos that pertain to that subject because there are just a slew of videos on YouTube. And as you get to know YouTube, you get to find certain channels that you prefer. Oversimplified. I love that channel. So to my kids, they can quote it. It's not good for, a kindergartner. It might give them nightmares, but for the older kids, it's perfect. For science, we are enrolling him into an animal science class. Very basic, very simple, once a week. And we are also going to do a unit study on this guy right here. Now, I've already gone through this book once. I've gone through all the Apologia Exploring Creations book, and I really like them. They're easy reads. They have a lot of experiments. If they don't have an experiment that you like, you can always go to Pinterest, find it there. They do have a journal. And so this is the journal for exploring creations with chemistry and physics. And to be honest, this curriculum is a little bit more advanced than some of their other curriculums. Now, if I was to make a recommendation for Apologia, you do astronomy, then you go to botany, then you go to the 3 different animal ones, which is like, I think they label it zoology 1, 2, 3. Starts with the flying, the birds and the bats and the bees and insects, and then they go, the next year is water, creatures, swimming, and then the land animals is the last one. And then after that, they've got the human body, they've got the chemistry and physics, the nutrition one, they have the earth science one, which that's the only one that I haven't done. So I don't really know that much about it, but this one I do know about. Like I said, we've done it before. And I do have the journal that we may or may not work through. Some of it is really not that advanced for him. I mean, he has copy work in there, and to be honest, he can write way more than that. And so it might be a little bit of a waste of time, even though it is from the Bible, so that might be good. Also, what's nice about this journal is there is a page in here for each of the lessons that actually will give you more activities and experiments that you can do. And then at the very bottom, you see they have some book suggestions. Not everybody uses the journal. It's not something that you have to do. We're gonna lightly use it, well, because I have it. And so yeah. Also, when you read it out loud, it's cool because it's like she's talking to you as you read through it. So, for example, have you ever held your hand outside the window of a moving car? Like me, you were probably told not to do this because of what might hit your hand while it was out there. See what I mean? And it captivates them. Also, I want to mention that with this book in particular, there's way more experiments than the other books that I've been through. I don't know if it's because it's a newer edition, but that's one perk to this book. Plus, like chemistry and physics, there are so many opportunities to mix things up and make things move and watch things happen. So that sums up our 5th grade curriculum choices for the fall. I hope you liked it. Stay in touch, so make sure you subscribe to my channel. We are a family of 4. My youngest has Down syndrome, and I share with you our homeschool journey. And I also like to focus a lot on talking to you guys about raising kids with special needs, how I educate them, how I work with them, and specifically my daughter who has Down syndrome. I also talk a lot about sensory processing disorder as well as ADHD. So feel free to join our channel and hopefully click on the subscribe button, like button, and click on one of the videos around my face, and I will see you guys in our next video. Bye!